Hey, thanks for finding us here on YouTube. This is the Fox 26 Tropical Update. I'm meteorologist John Dawson. We're here every day a little bit after 4 p.m. bringing you the latest on the tropics and what you can expect both in the Atlantic, and we're also kind of touching on the Pacific basin as well, especially since things have been so quiet in the Atlantic. July, very quiet overall in the Atlantic, and there's no complaints there, and there's really not completely surprised by the amount of activity. We're going to discuss that in depth a little bit more in just a moment. But for official sakes, let's say that we're not expecting any tropical cyclone formation over the next 5 days. That is the message coming out of the National Hurricane Center, and we're always excited and glad to see that. Frank over in the Pacific has now been downgraded to a tropical storm. If you'll remember, it's been a hurricane over the weekend. And if you want to remember, we're going to get to Georgette in a minute, but sometimes I'm just sort of looking at the tiny little Georgette down to the southwest as well. We're going to get to that storm in a moment. But for Frank, we're looking at those maximum sustained winds at 50 miles an hour. So that's going to stay that way, but it is fading fast. Frank is fading fast as we look at the possibility of maybe even losing its tropical characteristics by this time tomorrow. We'll have to see how that goes, but this is supposed to be a 5-day cone. It's not only going out about 3 days as the cooler waters are really just sort of beginning to have its impacts on Frank. And again, we'll sort of see not a lot of life left there in Frank. But when we look down to the southwest, we've been watching little Georgette, and Georgette is still hanging in there with the tropical characteristics as a depression. So 35-mile-an-hour winds right now on tropical depression Georgette, and we do begin to see, you can see just barely that little northerly track or northwesterly track a little bit that is taking officially that movement to the north-northwest. It's probably more accurate at around 5 miles an hour. And when you see these icons so close together like that, that's really a clear indication that the movement has slowed. And so we're looking at 5 miles an hour on that forward movement, and that's why we're kind of cramming all this in here really close for Tuesday and Wednesday, getting turned as that high pressure to the north builds back in, getting it pushed back a little bit more to the west, and then it speeds up as we spread out those icons a little bit here as well. So that's kind of Georgette. Looks like it probably will hang around, maybe even longer than Frank as far as maintaining those tropical characteristics, but certainly not a whole lot going on as far as its impacts. Again, keeping out into the Pacific. So this is the beginning of August, and normally when we look at the climatology for this, for the hurricane season, the 6 months out of the year, we would expect to see a little bit of activity starting to increase here. And then once we get into mid-August, we're really starting to ramp things up as far as that activity. And a reminder, that's over the entire Atlantic basin. So that's a very large area that we're talking about. So if you wanted to focus in on what happens here in Houston, that's not going to be exactly the same as what happens across the entire basin. Basically, you would kind of take this peak and you would move it back about 2 weeks as far as when we would see impacts of it. This is not any kind of an impact graph. It's just are there tropical cyclone out there, and that would be either in a hurricane or a tropical storm. And even here at the bottom, you can see this darker red shading indicating major hurricanes. So kind of got it all on the map there. But here we are. We're getting ready, and it does look like, as we've talked about, the next 5 days certainly going to be quiet. And probably when we look at those 10 to 14 day outlooks, those also are remaining fairly quiet. But we are thinking after about 14 days, after about 2 weeks, we're going to look for things to pick up. And again, that's kind of what we would expect when we look at the climatology on that. Thanks for following us here on YouTube. I hope you're already following. If you're not, make sure you do that. Leave a comment below if you've got any sort of input that you'd like to give us. We'll try to give you some feedback on that. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'd really appreciate that. It's also a great spot that you can kind of pick up some hurricane preparedness ideas. Twitter and Facebook as well, of course, you're invited, but Instagram's kind of where we're looking for a little bit more information in that interaction where we can talk a little bit about what you do for hurricane season and its preparedness. Again, that's at John Dawson, Fox 26. Thanks for finding us today. We'll be back here again tomorrow.